What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel where the famed horror story contest is coming a little bit further into focus. And I want to clear the air on something in regards to my video covering the vampire. And I'm not entirely sure if I even did this 100%, so if it ends up to not be the case, then just disregard it. But just in case, I believe that I had said that the vampire was a story by Lord Byron, but written by John Polidori. Or insinuated that on some level it was something of a tag team effort in some way or form. But I have since learned that Lord Byron is often, almost always, attributed to the story on paper, but it is in fact John's story and his submission to the contest, which is heavily inspired and or influenced by Lord Byron's submission and the subject of today's video, an unfinished vampire story by the name of A Fragment of a Novel, otherwise known as The Burial. And right off the jump, you can see how closely the two mirror each other, right down to having the protagonist character, or narrator in this case, befriend the vampiric character and accompany them on a tour of Europe, where the vampire ends up dying. But on his way out, he forces his mortal companion to promise to keep his death a secret. In terms of overall vampirism, it's pretty subtle in this one. There's not a whole lot going on here. Pretty much the only inkling we get is that it's noted that in death, his face turns jet black and his body decomposes at an unnatural pace. So it pretty much implies, if you will, that he is something other than human. And that's pretty much it. As I said, this is an unfinished work, so it's pretty difficult to critique or impossible to try to guess what this would do or where it would go, what it would try and say if it were somehow able to be completed or anything. But I will say that I definitely feel as though the vampire was sort of the completed vision of what this was supposed to be, and in that sense, it's kind of cool to see all of that sort of come to fruition in the hands of somebody else, somebody that was near and dear to Lord Byron the way that John Polidori was. But other than that, I think that's going to wrap this video up, guys. A short and sweet one for you. So, as always, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and we'll catch you in the next one.